Hey everyone, Dev with Crime Hive, and we are back with another video. This time we're covering some active missing cases here, and I also found out another update in the Susie Zhao murder, so we're going to cover that as well in between these missing cases here. And before I do, as always, this is Dev with Crime Hive. If you like these kind of true crime videos, consider subscribing to my channel. You can hit that bell notification for further updates as I come out with new videos. So, to this case here, very bizarre set of circumstances, and I've got a picture here of Leila Cavett, if I'm saying that right, Cavett, yes. She is from Georgia, and she was last seen in Florida, which was very odd, and I'll explain why here. What really brought national attention to this as well was her 2-year-old son, Kamdyn, was also found in Florida. So just to be clear, she is still missing. Her son was located in Miramar, Florida. So just to give you guys some context here, they're from Georgia. They have no reason really to be in Miramar, Florida. And then we learned Layla was last seen or last spotted in Hollywood, and I'll explain the details of that as well. But they don't really have any business going in that area. I learned that there might be some distant relatives in Tampa, but family had actually discovered that Kamdyn was in Florida because police were trying to figure out, who does this child belong to? And so family of Layla that lives in Alabama were finding these reports online, and they reached out to police to explain, hey, that's our sister. And now they're obviously very concerned because she is still missing. She was missing. She was last seen July 25th, 2020. Now, she was actually found. What I learned actually from the attorney, the family attorney, is that Layla was last seen in a Hollywood, Florida Walmart parking lot with a man. So we don't know much detail about that, who this man is, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Now, Kamdyn. So you got Kamdyn here, the 2-year-old here, and what happened with that story was he was found the next day. So you've got Layla last seen on the 25th. The next morning, you've got Kamdyn found a few miles away. This is a couple miles away in Miramar. It's at the 1860 block of Southwest 68th Avenue. Now, a tenant that lives in this apartment complex actually spots Kamdyn. He's in a diaper, a soiled diaper, no shoes, he's got a shirt on, and he's alone. So, this is what really prompts this investigation. And police are called out. They begin trying to figure out who the child belongs to. Days later, they find out that it's Layla's child because of the media reports. So she's still missing. The circumstances that we know, she was in this parking lot in Walmart. Now, I can tell you that depending on where she was in Walmart, those cameras are very, very impressive. I've seen those up close many times. I know the capability of those Walmart cameras, and there may be some information that investigators have withheld. As far as who is this man? Are they going to release this information? Don't know yet. But if anybody knows anything, or if you happen to be in that area, a couple things as well. She's a black woman, about 110 pounds, 5 feet 4 inches. She also has a Kamdyn and Jesus fish tattoo. These are on her right arm and right wrist. Now, her truck was found abandoned in the Walmart parking lot, so I don't need to give information about that. That was located. Hopefully there's some evidence with forensics and whatnot. We're hoping that she's obviously alive. Just a really bizarre set of circumstances because, who's going to leave their 2-year-old child in this other random area? Family says it's just, it's not like her to be in Florida, not communicating with them. So that's the first missing person that I wanted to cover. Now, before I get to the second one, I just want to point out an update to Susie Zhao. If you guys have been following some of my other video on this case, she was murdered pretty viciously, and we learned that it was by this man, 60-year-old Jeffrey Bernard Morris. Now, he's about 60 years old. What's little unsettling here, we've learned that he is a sex offender, And just recently, today actually, as I was looking, I learned the vicious way in which Susie was killed. So there's still some limited information, but what I found here, what I've learned here, and maybe it says it at the top of this article, they did determine she was sexually assaulted. I actually read reports, there's varying reports on this as it comes out. Some of this may come out in a more clearer sense later on, but she was apparently zip tied and sexually assaulted, and then she was lit on fire at the park. Now, they did corroborate evidence already, I've learned, from cell phone records that showed that pinged Jeffrey's phone here with Susie's at this hotel. They apparently had been at this hotel together. Still don't know a lot of the circumstances on that, how they met at this hotel, what transpired there. But I can tell you, sex offender. Obviously, he's got what I've learned, he's got a pretty lengthy criminal record, dates back to the 80s. Just not a good set of circumstances. And we're still learning more. So I will come out with more updates. There are court documents being revealed, and they're releasing this kind of information. But I want to give you an update on that. Now, the other missing person case that I just wanted to bring attention to as well, since it's still active, is, and this was from one of our YouTube subscribers, and I appreciate you for letting me know that in the comments there. I appreciate anybody letting me know of stories that have come out. So kudos to you for letting me know about this, and definitely want to share this story as well. So, and I'll mention you in the comments as well. But this story here, Kansas mother of 3 goes missing on a trip to visit family in Alabama. Now, I was reading through this and I was watching different videos and have a better sense of what might be going on. Now, if you guys are following this one, this is Marilane Carter, 36 years old. She goes from Kansas. She's on her way to Alabama. She ends up in a hotel in Missouri. So she actually stays into a hotel. This was she checks in on Saturday, August 1st. And surveillance video actually shows this. She was in West Plains, Missouri. And then what we learned is she was on her way through the Memphis area. And she was actually speaking with her husband, Adam Carter, who is also a pastor. And they were speaking. Apparently, her phone, Marilane's phone, goes dead. It dies. She tries to talk to her husband again briefly. It goes dead again. And this was in the area of the Mississippi River. What I've learned here recently is from this article here, Marilane was actually on her way to see family in Alabama, but she was also apparently going there to possibly seek some mental health care. So that's a huge piece of information to know. Don't know if it's related, but that's a very big piece of information. She apparently was having some mental health issues. Apparently she had made some concerning statements to her family, and you've got her alone driving, a distance here. She's off by herself. We don't know if something may have triggered her. I don't like to speculate, but you're kind of wondering, what is happening. We do know that police had pinged her phone last around the Memphis area. So just to show you what we're talking about here. So Memphis, you got the Mississippi River. Now, apparently investigators are really concerned about the river because she was in this area off of a bridge, perhaps. They're concerned that they've got to now search the river. So they're actually looking for volunteers and trying to get people with boats, and they want to make sure that she is not in this area. Could it have been an accident? Absolutely. She may have been stressed. Her phone's dead. Unknown area to her. An accident could have occurred. She could easily be hurt somewhere off the road, could be in some sort of accident. Investigators and search parties are looking for her right now. The concerning part, again, she has not used any credit cards or anything like that. No banking activity since. So, she was going to help her sister with her new baby. And so little bits of details here, but the concerning part is she was last driving, and I want to point this out too, she was last driving a 2011 GMC Acadia with Kansas license plate 194LFY. So she's about 5'8", 130 pounds, long brown hair, green eyes. Apparently, she was last seen wearing a green t-shirt and black yoga pants. If you guys are in that area, if anybody's in that area, and you, can help in any way, she may be around this I-55 bridge in Memphis. So I'm not sure what may have happened, you guys, but it's not too clear right now if there's some suspicious circumstances that you can't obviously rule that out. It's very possible that something sinister could be at play. But with the mental health issues and the phone already, we know that was dying. This wasn't caused by someone that we know of, or turning her phone off and ditching it or anything like that. But I wanted to give you guys that information. So those are the cases I wanted to share. If you guys have any updates or questions on any of their cases, please comment below. Let me know. I try to keep them. I try to give videos out on fresh information. When I have more time, I'm just very busy with other business right now, but when I have more time, I do plan on going and doing other cases and cold cases and things like that. But I do try to keep it somewhat fresh as they're active or ongoing. And again, this is Dev with Crime Hive. You guys all take care. We'll see you in another video soon. Thanks.